Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play a celebrity baseball game against the major leagues past and present, and then now imagine that it was an entire 162 game regular season and you'd have Avengers Baseball. So this created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4 have been wedged into the National League West, as you can see on the screen. The Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the NL West. They're in first place with a 36-18 record. They have a one-game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers. It is the end of May in this fictional universe. Let's start up the calendar and go to the next game in the schedule. So the Avengers start a three-game series at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks. First game is a 7:10 start on a Tuesday night. Let's rock and roll. View organization's games. There's the game option, play game. All preceding games will be simulated. You want to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Crosley Field, which is the designated ballpark for the Hollywood Avengers. Clear Skies broadcast. Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, is the starting pitcher. As you can see, the energy is low on some of these guys, so I'm going to get some backups in there. Let's go shortstop. Let's see who's going to play shortstop. Let's go. Tom Holland will play shortstop. Let's see if I can make that work. Tom Holland's going to play shortstop. Mackey is going to take a back seat to Clark Gregg, who is Phil Coulson in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Chris Evans is going to DH. Mark Ruffalo is going to be the catcher today. Robert Downey Jr. is going to take a day off. Let's put Benedict Cumberbatch at first base. Can Cumberbatch play first base? No, he cannot. So actually, I want Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista can play first base, so Dave will play first. Benedict, let's see, is going to do what? Shortstop, second base. No, you know what? Sebastian Stan will be in right. Idris Elba will be, let's go with Benedict Wong instead. So not everybody, but we'll go Tom Holland first, Chris Evans second, Chadwick, Mark Ruffalo cleaning up, Dave Bautista, Don Cheadle, Dave Bautista, Sebastian Stan, Benedict Wong. That looks good to me. Let's rock and roll. You should consider mixing up the lineup. Clark Gregg's batting only 179 against right-handed pitching. I want to skip it because that's who I want to start. Dale Taylor versus Bradley Cooper. These are the lineups. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the PS4 run the bases for me, and the difficulty is set at all-star for both hitting and pitching. It's my intention to play a 162-game schedule, no skipped innings, no simulated games. This is game number 55, if I'm not mistaken. 36-18. It's 54 games, so this is game number 55. Welcome to Crosley Field as the Arizona Diamondbacks visit the Hollywood Avengers. On the mound for the Avengers is Rocket Raccoon, played by Bradley Cooper in the MCU. This is his 11th start of the season. His record is 3-4 with a 5.25 earned run average. And leading off for the Diamondbacks is Ricky Henderson, the Hall of Famer, hitting 249 in this fictional universe for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here comes the first pitch of the game. That's a line drive, racing over is Wong, makes the catch in left. One pitch, one away here in the top of the first. Starting lineup for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson just flew out. He's playing left field. Brian Reynolds is the DH. Jeff Bagwell's at first. Nolan Arenado is at third. Joe Morgan is the second baseman. Nick Markakis is in right. Jorge Posada is the catcher. Starlin Castro is in shortstop. And I have no idea who the number 9 hitter is because it went too quickly. Brian Reynolds, DH, hitting 286, 5 homers, 26 runs batted in. Cooper deals. In there for strike one. Avengers are 36-18, good for first place in the National League West. That is Mark Ruffalo behind home plate and Benedict Wong in left field for the Avengers. Here comes a pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Pulls it down the first base line. It is in there. Bounces off the wall in right field. He makes a turn at first, heads to second. Throw to second is offline. It is a one-out double for the DH. That's Reynolds' 18th double of the season. Here's the replay. Wraps it past Dave Bautista inside that first base line down the right field corner. Next up is the Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell, hitting .346, 16 homers, 47 runs batted in. And that's a deep drive, and he just watches it go. That is a two-run home run. Number 17 on the season for Jeff Bagwell. And the Arizona Diamondbacks have an early 2-0 advantage. He just let it fly, quieted down the home crowd. Here's the replay. Oh. Just pulled it over the left field fence here in Crosley. Next up is the third baseman Nolan Arenado, hitting .283, 11 homers, 38 runs batted in. Comes the pitch from Bradley. In there, strike one. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and two strikes. Carl Dixon is the man calling balls and strikes beyond home plate. Strike three called at the knees for out number two. It's Cooper's first strikeout of the ball game. Here's the replay. Here's the location from over the shoulder of the pitcher. Really, there's no question. That's a strike. So 2 down, bases empty. Up steps Joe Morgan, the second baseman, hitting .305, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. Inside corner with the cut fastball. That's strike one. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is quickly no balls and two strikes on Morgan. Slow roller. Bautista underhands it, covering in time. Nice play by Cooper, covering first base. But after half inning of play, thanks to the 2-run home run by Jeff Bagwell, it's the Diamondbacks 2. The Avengers come into bat. On the mound for the Diamondbacks is Dale Taylor. He is a starter, or an opener as they call it. He's only pitched out of the bullpen. His record is 3-0, 5.28 earned run average, but this is officially his first start of the season. They don't expect him to go much longer than 5. Leading off for the Avengers is Tom Holland, Spider-Man, .360, 8 homers, 40 runs batted in. He is the leadoff man for the Avengers. Swing and a miss over the top of the curveball, strike one. Diamondbacks are 3 games over 500, good for 4th place in the NL West. It's Jorge Posada behind the plate. And count is no balls and 1 strike on Holland. Fastball outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Grounds it to third, over the first base bag, drops it, picks it up, throws in time. Plenty of play for Arenado at third to record the first out. Starting lineup for the Avengers: Tom Holland's the shortstop, Chris Evans is the DH, Chadwick Boseman's at third, Mark Ruffalo is the catcher, Don Cheadle is the center fielder, Dave Bautista's at first, Sebastian Stan is in right, Benedict Wong is in left. Batting ninth, playing second base, is Clark Gregg. Chris Evans, .297, 6 homers, 24 runs batted in. He is the designated hitter today. Takes pitch at the knees, strike one. Chris is usually the catcher. He's getting a day off behind the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And he yanks it, line drive into the seats, a foul ball. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the first Avenger. Checks his swing, pitches inside and low. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounds it Foul ball, right side. Count remains 1-2. And that's a line drive to center, but it may hang up there, and it does for the center fielder for the second out. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the center fielder, Bader. So up next is Chadwick Boseman, the late, great Black Panther, hitting .356 on the season. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the first. Out in front of the curveball, strike one. If you didn't know, Chadwick Boseman lost his battle with colon cancer in 2020. Pitches high, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. May he rest in peace and live forever here in MLB The Show for the Avengers, Hollywood Avengers. And he pulls the sinking fastball foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Taylor sets and delivers. Fastball low, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-0 lead for Arizona here in the bottom of the first. Slider in the dirt, count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. And again, he wraps it, pulls it into the seats, and the count will remain full. Checks his swing, but the fastball's in there for a called strike 3. Side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Taylor. After 1 inning of play here in Crosley, it's Arizona 2, the MCU nothing. So we go to the top of the second. Up steps Nick Markakis for the Diamondbacks, 263, 8 homers, 33 runs batted in for the Diamondbacks. Fastball in there, 96 on the radar gun, strike 1. Nick won a Gold Glove in right field in 2018. Cut fastball hits the inside corner, check that. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Just gets a piece of the forkball to stay alive. So, this is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Fastball outside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pops it up, racing over into foul territory on the third base side is T'Challa. Boseman makes the catch for out number 1. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. Benedict Wong, Don Cheadle, and Sebastian Stan. And in the infield, you've got Chadwick Boseman, Tom Holland, Clark Gregg, Dave Bautista at first, with Mark Ruffalo behind home plate. So, up next with 1 down is Jorge Posada, the catcher, 296, 7 homers, 24 RBIs. Fastball in there, strike 1. Jorge Posada played for the New York Yankees dynasty in the 1990s. He was the catcher on that team. Won 5 championships with that ball club. The 5th one coming in 2009. So not just the 90s, but the 2000s. That's a hard line drive right through the shift. He makes a big turn, but will stay at first. The wheels are slow on that catcher, but line drive to right center field. It's a single for Posada. So runner at first, 1 down, up steps Starlin Castro, 255, 15 homers, 39 runs batted in. And he fouls off the 2-seam fastball for strike 1. Two-seam fastball inside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Posada leads off first. And he pulls the changeup foul, left field side, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chases a fastball, fouls it off. Swinging and miss. The 98-mile-an-hour fastball struck him out swinging. There's 2 away. That is Rocket Raccoon's second strikeout of the game.
The center fielder, Harrison Bader.
Next up is Harrison Bader. Looks like his first action of the season. He has, I believe, no at-bats. Hits a high fly ball slicing out of play for strike 1. Hard ground ball up the middle and through. It is a base hit. It's a 2-out single for Harrison Bader. And now there's runners at first and second with 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Here's the replay. Hard ground ball up the middle. Might be his first hit of the season. So the lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Ricky Henderson, the Hall of Famer, lined out in the first. He's 0 for 1. 2 runners on and 2 out. Here comes the pitch. Deep fly ball to center, but playable for Don Cheadle. He's there. War Machine makes the catch to retire the side. So after 1.5 innings of play, the Diamondbacks lead 2-0. Leading off the bottom of the second is Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. He is the catcher today. He's hitting .317 with 11 homers and 42 runs batted in. Leads the team in both homers and runs batted in. Fastball by Taylor outside, ball 1. Outside ball 2, count is 2 balls and no strikes to the Hulk. Swings at the 2-0 pitch, a little late on the fastball, skies at the center. Bader is there, and there's 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Defensive alignment for the Arizona Diamondbacks. In the outfield from left to right is Ricky Henderson, Harrison Bader, and Nick Markakis. And in the infield, Gold Glove winner Nolan Arenado, Starlin Castro, Joe Morgan, Jeff Bagwell with Jorge Posada behind home plate. Next up is center fielder Don Cheadle, .337, 8 homers, 34 runs batted in. That's a hard ground ball, base hit through the right side. It's a 1-out single for James Rhodes. And the Avengers have a base runner. Here's the replay. Pulled his hands in and smacked it through between the first and second baseman. Next up is Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer, hitting .302, 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. Pitches high, ball 1. Dave plays Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. He's also a former WWE professional wrestler. Quick throw to first. Cheadle's back. 2-0 lead for Arizona here in the bottom of the second. Checks the swing. Breaking ball is low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And he yanks it, but right at Ricky in left, who makes the catch for out number 2. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the left fielder. Little snatch catch out there in left field. His signature move. Next up is the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan, part-time player, hitting .289 on the season, 2 homers, 7 RBIs. Runner leads off first with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Cheadle was not stealing on the play. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Quick throw to first. Bagwell slaps the tag, but he's in there. Again, another throw to first. And it's a line drive to right, but there, over the shoulder catch for Nick Markakis to retire the side. So at the end of 2 innings of play, here at the home park for the Avengers, they trail 2-0. So we go to the top of the third. Number 2 man, Brian Reynolds, hit a double and scored a run in the first inning. Checks the swing, fastball in there, strike 1. And he lines it foul up the third base line. Count is quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. I hit and I pitch at the difficulty setting of All-Star. So once a game, I like to show it. Options, gameplay, hitting difficulty is at All-Star. Pitching difficulty is at All-Star. I like to show that once a game. Swing and a miss, struck him out swinging. There's 1 away here in the top of the third. Third strikeout for Rocket Raccoon. High and inside, but would have probably caught the plate. Just blew it past him. Next up is Jeff Bagwell, hit a 2-run home run in his first at-bat. Responsible for the 2-0 lead. Jams him inside with the 2-seam fastball, fouls it back, strike 1. Jeff's hitting .349 on the season. In there with the cut fastball, strike 1. And that's a line drive headed down the left field line. It is foul ball. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Jeff Bagwell. Bagwell, during his major league career, played in the 80s and 90s for the Houston Astros. Hit over 500 home runs in his career. Ground ball up the middle, long run, diving attempt by Clark Gregg at second base. He cannot make the play. It is a 1-out single for Jeff Bagwell. Jeff's 2 for 2 today. Hits leaders in the National League. Duke Snider of the Colorado Rockies leads the league. But as you can see, Jeff Bagwell is on the list. Next up is the third baseman, Nolan Arenado. Struck out in the first, his second plate appearance. Line drive caught, tagged, double play, side is retired. Nice play by Dave Bautista at first base. After 2.5 innings of play, we go to the bottom of the third. It's a 2-0 lead for Arizona. Leading off the bottom of the third is Benedict Wong. Benedict's playing left field today in place of Idris Elba. Benedict's hitting .333 in part-time. And he hits a line drive to center, but right there is Bader. 1 pitch, 1 away. Avengers are hitting it right on the nose, but right at the fielders. National League West standings this season, as you can see, the Hollywood Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the West. They are in first place with a half-a-game lead over the Los Angeles Dodgers. Arizona's in 4th place. So next up is Clark Gregg, the second baseman today. Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., hitting .235. And he hits a shallow fly ball to left. Waiting is Ricky Henderson for out number 2. So the lineup turns over for the Avengers. Spider-Man Tom Holland grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Pitch is low, ball 1. And he yanks the inside fastball, sinking fastball, foul. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Spidey. And he hits a deep drive to left. But it looks like it may be off the wall. It hits the top of the wall, bounces back in. He makes it all the way to second base. It was just inches from being a home run, but it will end up being a double, his 14th of the season. Let's see the replay. It hits the top of the fence. They're not showing us the replay. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position at second for Chris Evans, who's 0 for 1. Misses outside with the sinking fastball. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Holland leads off second. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes on the man who plays Steve Rogers in the MCU. That's a line drive over the head of the shortstop and into left center field. Rounding third and heading home is Tom Holland. It will be an RBI single for Chris Evans. He can do this all day. He cuts the lead in half. It's Arizona now leading 2-1. Here's the replay. Line drive to left center field, in towards the left center field gap. Ricky gets to it quickly, holds him to a single. It's a 2-out hit for the first Avenger. Up next is Chadwick Boseman. T'Challa struck out in the first. Runner at first, 2 down, 2-1 lead for Arizona. Here comes the pitch from Taylor. Down and in, ball 1. Chadwick is not first on the Avengers with 8 home runs. Pitch out, but nothing doing. Evans was not stealing. The Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, leads the team with 11 homers. And he yanks it foul. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Boseman. Big lead at first, throw over. Evans is back. Again, quick throw to first. They want to keep him close. They realize if he gets a steal, then a single can bring him home from second. So it's important to keep him at first base. Deep drive to left. He goes back to the track, the wall, reaches up, makes the catch with his foot at the base of the fence to retire the side. Nice play by Ricky Henderson. They do get a run on the RBI single, and at the end of 3 innings of play, it's Arizona 2, the Hollywood Avengers 1. Oh, yeah. So we go to the top of the 4th. Stepping up for his second plate appearance is the second baseman, Joe Morgan. Grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Hard ground ball, base hit through the box. It is a leadoff single for Joe Morgan, and they have something cooking here in the top of the 4th. Is the replay. Right back through the box. No chance for... So Nick Markakis steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a pop-out in the second. Runner at first. Pulls it deep down the right field line, but it curls out of play for strike 1. Nick's hitting .262 on the season. Grounds it foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Nick. Again, pops it up down the right field line, out of play. Count remains 0-2. Morgan leads off first. He has speed. It's a line drive into left. It is in there for a base hit. He's running, taking it to third. Throw to third base is just offline. It's a single for Nick Markakis, and there'll be runners at first and third and nobody out here in the top of the 4th. Slaps it to line drive to left in front of Benedict Wong. Next up, with runners at first and third and nobody out, is Jorge Posada, who singled in the second. Here comes the pitch. Late on the fastball, fouls it off, strike 1. Jorge's hitting .300 on the season. Deep drive to center. This should be deep enough to score that run number 3. Makes the catch. Tagging from third is Joe Morgan. He will score. It's an RBI sacrifice fly for Jorge Posada, and Arizona now leads 3-1. Next up is Starlin Castro. Struck out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Runner at first, 1 away. And he's going, hit and run, but makes the catch. The right fielder, Sebastian Stan, makes the catch for out number 2, and he retreats back to first.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So with 2 down and a runner at first, center fielder Harrison Bader, who is 1 for 1 for the season. He's a single this season. His first action in the majors. He must be a recent call up from the minors. Cut fastball finds the outside corner, strike one. Fouls off the inside fastball. Count is 0-2 on Bader. 98 on the radar gun. Strike three called, outside corner. He doesn't like the call, but nevertheless, the side is retired. But they do get a run on the sacrifice fly, and after 3.5 innings of play, Arizona leads 3-1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So, the opener's day is done. Paul Fry comes in relief here in the bottom of the fourth. This is 30th appearance of the season out of the bullpen. He's 4-0 with a 5.18 earned run average. And leading off here in the bottom of the fourth for the Avengers is Mark Ruffalo. Flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. The man who plays the Incredible Hulk in the MCU. Pitches outside, ball one. And he skies it to right. Easy play for Nick Markakis. He makes the catch, one away. Next up is Don Cheadle. He singled in the second inning. He's 1 for 1. Switch hitter now turns around to bat from the right side against the lefty Fry. And he pops him up. Swings at the first pitch. Morgan is there at second. Makes the catch. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Has the makings of a very quick inning for Paul Fry. Next up is Dave Bautista. Lined out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Pit fastballs outside for ball one. Fouls off the fastball behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Drax, the Destroyer. And just gets a piece of that fastball. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down and in. Count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. 3-1 lead for Arizona here in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes the pitch. And he slaps it high and deep, but it will curl out of play. And the count remains 2-2. Inside off the plate, count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Bautista. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that's a line drive, base hit to left. It's a 2-out single for Drax. And the inning will continue as now Sebastian Stan steps up to the plate. Here's the replay. Hard line drive past the shortstop into left center field. So Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, steps up, lined out in the second. He's 0 for 1. Big lead at first. Ground ball knocked down by the pitcher. Races behind the mound, picks it up, has no play. So it'll be runners at first and second with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. And looks like the pitcher got hit by that. And he hobbles a bit, shakes it off, waves off the trainer. So next up is Benedict Wong. It's 0 for 1, runners at first and second with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Pitch is low, ball 1. It's a 3-1 lead for Arizona here in this first game of a 3-game series between the Diamondbacks and the Avengers. Slider inside off the plate, count is 2 balls and no strikes. Benedict Wong plays a character named Wong in the Doctor Strange universe. Checks a swing, but the fastball finds the outside corner. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Low, hitter's count, 3 balls, 1 strike. On deck is Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Runners lead off first and second, 2 down. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he yanks the fastball foul down the right field line. Count will go full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Both runners will be in motion on the pitch. Here comes the payoff pitch from Fry. And he yanks it high and deep, but it will curl out of play, a foul ball. And we will do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. 3-1 lead for Arizona. And he grounds it to the first baseman. Bagwell takes it himself to retire the side. So after 4 innings of baseball here at Crosley Field, it's the Arizona Diamondbacks 3, the Hollywood Avengers 1. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Leading off here in the top of the 5th is Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson. He is 0 for 2. Here comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Misses outside with the fastball. Wins against replacement is a new stat. The higher the number, the better the player. Ricky Henderson's approaching 100 in the WAR stat. That's pretty damn good for a career. That's a line drive. Diving play does not make the catch. It is a leadoff single for Ricky. And he's there with nobody out at first base. He is definitely a threat to steal. That was certainly his calling card in the majors. I think for Oakland, in the Oakland A's in the late 1980s, he had 130 stolen bases one season. Next up is Brian Reynolds. He's 1 for 2. Cut fastball inside, ball 1. Brian's 1 for 2 with a double. He's hitting .288 on the season. Misses outside. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Lazy fly ball to left center field. Racing over is Don Cheadle. War Machine makes the catch for out number 1.
The first baseman, number 5. Jeff.
Next up is Jeff Bagwell. Jeff's 2 for 2 with a homer and 2 RBIs today. Quick throw to first. He's back. Trying to keep Ricky close. He is definitely a threat to steal in this situation.
No, he's safe.
Fastball in there, strike 1. Two-seamer inside. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Bagwell. Rocket Raccoon trailing 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. Fouls it off behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bagwell. Deep drive to left. Back goes Wong. He's waiting for it in left center field. Makes the catch for out number 2. Henderson retreats to first.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Next up is the third baseman, Nolan Arenado, who is 0 for 2. He has 11 home runs on the season. Runner leads off first with 2 down. He's going. Throw down to second is not in time. It is a stolen base for Ricky Henderson. Picked the perfect pitch to steal on. No chance for Ruffalo. So runner in scoring position at second. 1-0 count on Arenado. Cutter in there, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pops it up down the first base line. Out of play, strike 2. Swing and a miss, the high fastball struck him out. The side is retired. So, 4.5 here at Crosley. Arizona leads by 2. It's 3-1. So we go to the bottom of the fifth. In relief comes Zach Duke, making his 27th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 1-0, the 2.43 earned run average. Leading off is the number 9 hitter Clark Gregg, who flew out in the third. He is 0 for 1. The lefty Duke sets and delivers. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. Joe Morgan on the edge of the outfield grass makes the catch for out number 1. Lineup turns over. Tom Holland steps to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double. He's hitting .361 on the season. Line drive up the middle and through. It is a base hit. It's a 1-out single for Tom Holland. He's 2 for 3. And with 1 out, the Avengers have a base runner. Hits leaders for the Avengers. Tom Holland leads the team with 74. Entering play, he's probably at 76 right now, being 2 for 3. Up next is Chris Evans, the first Avenger. Switch hitter now betting from the right side against the lefty Zach Duke. It's 1 for 2. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap. He's going to hold him to a single. It's first and second with 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Welcome, Giovanni. Thank you for visiting the stream. This is Avengers Baseball, a created franchise on MLB The Show. Every player is created to be an actor in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For instance, up right now is Chadwick Boseman, who's 0 for 2. Chadwick played Black Panther in the Marvel Universe. And he hits it off the end of the bat. It may drop in there, and it will. It drops in there for a base hit. Rounding third and heading home is Tom Holland. He will score. It's an RBI single for Chadwick Boseman. Wakanda forever. And the score is now Arizona leading 3-2. Next up is the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, who's 0 for 2. Runners at first and third and only 1 away. Pitch is low, ball 1. Sinking fastball out of the strike zone. 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the fifth. The tying run is at third base with less than 2 outs. Pitch is low, count is 2 balls and no strikes. He can score without the benefit of a base hit in the right situation. Mark Ruffalo's hitting .321 with runners in scoring position so far this season. And that's a deep drive. It's headed for the fence. It is a foul ball. Strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on the Hulk. Checked his swing, or did he? No, he did not. He says he swung. The first base umpire calls him strike 2. So the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ruffalo. Here comes the pitch from Duke. And that's a line drive headed towards center field. It is a base hit and an RBI single for Mark Ruffalo. Hulk smash, and he's tied this ball game at 3 here in the bottom of the fifth. Let's see the replay on that. Here it is. Just slapped that low sinker into center field to tie this ball game at 3. Giovanni, your good luck. Next up is Don Cheadle, who's 1 for 2 with a single. Runners at first and second and 1 away. And he hits a fly ball to left. Playable for Ricky Henderson. Makes the catch for out number 2. So with 2 down and 2 runners on, up steps Drax the Destroyer, or Dave Bautista, who's 1 for 2 with a single here in the 4th inning. And that's a line drive, base hit to center field. Rounding third and heading home is Chris Evans. The throw to the plate is cut off. It is an RBI single for Dave Bautista. And the score is now 4-3, Avengers lead. Here's a look at it. Pitch was outside, reached out, slapped it to center field. Rounding third and heading home is Chris Evans. And that'll be all for Zach Duke as Sam Tuivasa, if that's the best I can do with that name, ladies and gentlemen. His record is 2-1 with a 4.93 earned run average, and he's going to look to close the floodgates. Up next is Sebastian Stan, the Winter Soldier, 1 for 2 with a single. Runners at first and second and 2 out. Fastball outside, ball 1. So it's a 4-3 lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the fifth, all with 2 outs. And that is a line drive which will be caught diving play by Nick Markakis to save a run. What a play by Nick Markakis to end the inning. However, the Avengers take the lead at the end of 5. It's an official ball game. It's the MCU leading 4-3. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th. Joe Morgan steps up to the plate to lead off. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Comes the pitch from Bradley Cooper. Line drive, base hit to center. And they have the leadoff man on. Joe Morgan is at first with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. He has speed. He's definitely a stealing threat at first. Here's the replay. Time to get that bullpen active. Up next is Nick Markakis, and before we attack Markakis, let's go to the bullpen. And lefty, switch hitter, righty. Let's get Sam Jackson warm and Ed Norton warm. So Nick Markakis is 1 for 2 with a single. Here comes the pitch. Oh, that's a deep drive down the right field line. Back goes Sebastian, leaps, it's gone. It's a 2-run home run for Nick Markakis, his 9th homer of the season. And just like that, here in the top of the 6th inning, Arizona retakes the lead, and they now lead 5-4. Here's the replay. Oh, he almost had it. A leaping attempt by the Winter Soldier in the outfield, but he leaps a little late. So, Jorge Posada steps up to the plate. The manager is going to send the pitching coach out to the mound to take a little time. Posada is 1 for 3 with a single. He's going to let him pitch to him. Fastball inside corner, strike 196 on the radar gun. And it is a line drive down the right field line. Bad jump for the fielder, and he foul ball, strike 2. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Posada. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty, Bradley Cooper. Strike 3 called. Changeup finds the outside corner. First out of the inning. Bradley Cooper's 6th strikeout of the game, and he knew it. He was shaking his head, yes. He knew that he was obviously expecting something else. So next up is Starlin Castro, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Cut fastball, outside corner, strike 1. That's a ball. Misses with the breaking ball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Castro. A little late on the fastball, fouls it up the first base line. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fly ball to center, playable for Don Cheadle. Makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder.
So with 2 outs and the bases empty, up steps the center fielder Harrison Bader, who's 1 for 2 on the season. First 2 at-bats of the year. This is at-bat number 3. Cut fastball in there, strike 1. 5-4 lead for Arizona. Checks a swing, just misses inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Fouls off the fastball. Count is 1 and 2. Jams him inside, swing and a miss to end the inning. But the Arizona Diamondbacks take the lead on this 2-run home run by Nick Markakis. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Diamondbacks 5, the Avengers 4. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps the left fielder Benedict Wong. He's 0 for 2 today. Tui Viola, I don't know how that's pronounced, but deep fly ball to left, but playable for Nick Markakis on first pitch of the inning. That's out number 1. Next up is Clark Gregg. He's 0 for 2. He popped out, flew out. Playing second base today. Inside with the fastball. Edwin Diaz, right-hander, is warming in the Diamondbacks bullpen. Fastball is high, 2 balls and no strikes. And he's late on the fastball, slices it foul up the first base line. Count is 2-1. Chases the slider outside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Misses. Full count, 3-2. On deck is Tom Holland. Tommy has 2 hits today. Slow bouncer to the mound. Jumps off the mound. Plants, throws in time. 2 away. Nice play by Sam Tuivalila. I don't know how to pronounce his name. That's close you get. So Tommy Holland, Spider-Man, is 2 for 3 with a single, a double. He scored twice. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. 5-4 lead for Arizona. And that's a line drive to center, but it is caught by the center fielder Bader to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning. And at the end of 6 innings, it is Arizona 5, the Avengers 4. This is Avengers Baseball. Welcome. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Leading off the top of the 7th is Hall of Famer Ricky Henderson for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Is 1 for 3 with a single. Bradley Cooper still in there pitching. Misses with the fastball outside. Ball 1. That's a line drive, deep line drive. It's going to find its way into the gap. 1 hop over the wall. It is a ground rule double. Ricky Henderson's 21st of the season. And they lead off the top of the 7th inning with a runner in scoring position at second base with nobody out. They're already down by a run. Next up is Brian Reynolds, 1 for 3 with a double, but manager is going to go to the bullpen. And he is going to bring in Ed Norton, the man who played the Incredible Hulk first in the MCU back in 2009.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Ed Norton's pitched in 19 games out of the bullpen. His record is 0-1 with a 4.10 earned run average. Grounder to past the third baseman. He had to hold up. So there will be runners at first and third with nobody out. Just slap the fastball the other way between third and short. No play for T'Challa. So next up is Jeff Bagwell. Jeff's got a home run today. 2-run homer in the first. Here it is. Put them on the board quick. It was a 2-0 lead. Now they lead 5-4. So there's runners at first and third with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. Here comes the pitch from Norton. In there, strike 1, 98 on the radar gun. Jeff Bagwell this season's hitting .389 with runners in scoring position. So this is a situation he likes to be in. Grounder, throw to the plate. Not in time. And the run scores. It's an RBI single. And it's 6-4 Arizona. So Nolan Arenado is 0 for 3. Runners at first and second with nobody out. It's a 2-run lead for Arizona now here in the top of the 7th. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. Nolan's hitting .345 with runners in scoring position. So these are the guys they want up now. Slider in there, strike 2. Count is 0-2 on Nolan. Grounder up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Misses high. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Shallow fly ball dunks in there for a base hit. Runner will make the turn at third and head on home. It is an RBI single. He's going to second base on the throw home. And that was a mental mistake. It's an RBI single. No, they're going to give him a double. It's his 12th double of the season. And now it's a 3-run lead for Arizona. They lead 7-4. Again, this has not been a good day for the pitching staff for the Avengers. They've been knocked around this ballpark all day. And he makes it all the way to second on the throw home. So, let's see. Joe Morgan's a lefty, manager, bullpen. Let's warm up Stan Lee. No. Sit down, Stan Lee. Warm up Paul Rudd. Let's bring in Sam Jackson. And in relief is Samuel L. Jackson. He plays Nick Fury in the MCU. His record is 2-4 with a 4.06 earned run average. He has had difficulty in the bullpen. Slicing down the left field line. Nobody out. Throw home by Benedict Wong. It's a strong throw, but it is not in time. It is a sacrifice fly and an RBI, and it is now a 4-run lead. Arizona leads 8-4. 1 out, runner at second here in the top of the 7th. Nick Markakis steps up to the plate. He is 2 for 3. And he gave them the lead with this 2-run home run down the right field line. At the time, he gave them a 5-4 lead. Now the lead is 8-4. Here comes the pitch from Sam Jackson.
Nope.
Curveball low, ball 1. Knuckleball floats in there for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Line drive caught. Nice play by T'Challa at third base for the 2nd out of the inning.
Up next for the Diamondbacks.
Wakanda forever. Next up is Jorge Posada, switch hitter, now hitting from the right side against the lefty Nick Fury. Posada is 1 for 2 today. Screwball in there, strike 1. Posada is hitting only .204 with runners in scoring position this season. So that runner at second might just be a distraction. Hard line drive, but right at the left fielder to retire the side. But they score 3 runs here in the top of the 7th to take an 8-4 lead. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Arizona leads by 4. Leading off here in the bottom of the 7th, Chris Evans is 2 for 3, 2 singles and an RBI. It's got that average up to .303. And he jams him inside. Pop up. Racing in is the third baseman Arenado. Makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 20.
Next up is Chadwick. RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Swings the first pitch, pops it up. Racing in is Jeff Bagwell. In fair territory, makes the catch. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting,
Not showing a lot of
number
patience.
84.
So with 2 outs, bases empty. Mark Ruffalo has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. He's up there against Sam Tuivailala. Swing and a miss at the slider, strike 1. Low, count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Checks a swing, pitches outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Hard line drive, base hit through the box. It is a single to center field with 2 away for Mark Ruffalo, and the inning will continue here in the bottom of the 7th.
Now batting, number
Hard line drive, tried to kill the second base umpire. Next up is Don Cheadle, War Machine, 1 for 3 with a single. outside corner with the fastball, strike one. Don's hitting .337 on the season. That's a deep drive to center, but playable for Bader. Makes the catch to retire the side. So we played 7 innings. It's a 4-run lead for the Diamondbacks. They lead 8-4. So we go to the top of the 8th. Up steps Starlin Castro. He's 0 for 3. Manager is going to go to the bullpen, bring in Paul Rudd. Before he brings in Paul Rudd, he's going to warm up Paul Bettany. Bring in Paul Rudd, put him in the game. Paul Rudd, Ant-Man. This is his 18th appearance out of the bullpen for the Avengers. He's 1-0 with a 4.42 earned run average. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike one. Grounder up the middle, racing over. Backhanded by Clark Gregg, throws to first in time. One away. Nice play by Phil Coulson at second. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Next up is the center fielder Harrison Bader, who's 1 for 3 with a single today. Changeup floats in there for strike one. Misses inside, just off the plate. Attendance here at Crosley Park, 22,092. That is close to a sellout. It's a very small ballpark. Swing and a miss out in front of the two-seam fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bader. He didn't check it. Went too far, struck him out. That's second out of the inning. First strikeout for Paul Rudd. So the lineup turns over for the Diamondbacks. Leadoff man Ricky Henderson is 2 for 4, a single, a double, a run scored, a stolen base. He has been active at the plate today. Fastball outside corner, 97 on the radar gun. Strike one. Chases the 12-6. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Henderson. Grounder to first, backhanded. Bautista takes it himself, wins the race to first, and the side is retired. It's a good inning for Paul Rudd. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Arizona leads 8-4. Need to get that comeback. Let's do this. Let's do this. Out of the bullpen to pitch the bottom of the 8th, Edwin Diaz. Pitched in 27 games out of the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. Is 2-1 with a 3.81 earned run average. And he has closer stuff. Leading off is Dave Bautista. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI. 2 singles today. He'll try to get on base. They need base runners. 4-run lead. Pitches outside, ball 1. Slider inside, count is 2 balls and no strikes to Drax. Swing and a miss at the high fastball, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Chase the high pitch. Bouncer to the third baseman, Arenado fields, fires, got him. And there's 1 away. Next up is Sebastian Stan. He is 1 for 3 with a single today. Hard ground ball to the shortstop, Starlin Castro. Fires to first in time. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Winter Soldier is retired. Next up is Benedict Wong. He's 0 for 3 with a fly out. We're going to go to substitute. Benedict Wong. You know what? No, we're going to leave him in. Lefty against righty. It's a 4-run lead. He needs to get on base. He's 0 for 3. Let's see what happens. Backdoor slider, strike 1. Pitch is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, bases empty, 8-4 lead for Arizona here in this first game of a 3-game series between these two ball clubs. And he hits it high and deep, but curling out of play for strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Low, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 8th. Here comes the pitch from Diaz. Full count, 3-2. On deck is Clark Gregg, but I have a feeling they may send up someone should this inning continue. And he yanks it foul, and we will do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff pitch from Diaz. Fouls it behind home plate, and we'll do it again. And he pops it up to right. Easy play for Nick Markakis. Makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning. After 7.5, it is the Diamondbacks 8, the Avengers 4. Oof. Ugh. So, we go to the top of the 9th. Up steps the DH Brian Reynolds, who's 2 for 4 today.
Brian Reynolds.
Let me see something. Manager, bullpen. They're all right-handers. Switch hitter, right-hander, right-hander. I'm going to leave Paul Rudd in there and let him pitch. Ground ball through the left side and through. It is a leadoff single for the Diamondbacks. They have the leadoff man on here in the top of the 9th. They already have a 4-run lead. The Avengers can't afford to fall behind any further. Sharp ground ball past the diving attempt by Spider-Man. It's short. So Jeff Bagwell is up. He has a home run today. He's 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. Fastball outside, ball 1. Vulcan change finds that outside corner, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. It is a bloop. It's going to bloop in there just inside the left right field line. It gets past the right fielder, and he will run all the way around the bases. A single turns into a double on the misplay by the Winter Soldier in right field, and it's a 5-run ball game as the Arizona Diamondbacks now take a 9-4 advantage. Let's look at the replay. It was a bloop down the first base line. It dunks in there, and the fielder runs right past it. Sebastian Stan has to pick it up, and by the time he does, the runner at first goes all the way around to score. Oh no! First of all, Mr. Hood, Mr. Benjamin Hood, thank you for joining the stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video, even though I don't like this video very much. It's a 9-4 lead for the Diamondbacks. I'm ashamed of myself in any event. Still nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Nolan Arenado, the third baseman, is 1 for 4. Here comes the pitch. In there, strike 1. So the Avengers are 36-18, and they have a half-a-game lead in first place in the National League West. So they usually play a lot better than this, but if you play any 162-game schedule, you're going to have some losses. Nice catch by Don Cheadle. Tagging at second and going to third on the throw home is the base runner. So there'll be a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. So Joe Morgan is up, and he can get that runner home as an insurance run without the benefit of a base hit. Morgan's 2 for 3. And what we'll do is we'll go to the bullpen, and we'll bring in Paul Bettany to pitch. Paul Bettany plays the Vision in the MCU. This is his 21st appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 2-1 with a 3.95 earned run average. Here comes the pitch. Sinking fastball in there, strike 1. Oh, it's a line drive, base hit to center field with 1 out. It's an RBI single by Joe Morgan, and the score is now Arizona leading 10-4. And you might wonder, why are you still playing? Why don't you just simulate the game to the end? It's a lost cause. Because it's my intention to play 162 games, no skipped innings, no simulated games, every game on YouTube. This is game number 55. All 54 of them are in their entirety on YouTube. It's my attempt to do 162. Sometimes you're going to win, sometimes you lose. First pitch to Nick Markakis is fouled off. Nick's 2 for 4 with a home run today. Runner at first, 1 out. Lines it, foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Markakis. Called strike 3. Caught him looking on the changeup, and that's 2 away. I don't know what he was looking for. It was right down the middle. Next up is Jorge Posada. 1 for 3 with a single. RBI single, batting from the right side against the lefty Bettany. A little late on the 101 mile an hour fastball. Triple digits on the radar gun. Strike 1. Curveball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And that's a deep drive. Slicing out of play. Strike 2. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Posada. Jorge Posada played for the New York Yankees in the 1990s. He was a part of the dynasty run. Ground ball, base hit through the box. It is again another single. So with 2 outs, the inning will continue for the Diamondbacks, and the floodgates are just wide open. Hard ground ball up the middle. So runners will be at first and second, still with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Up steps Starlin Castro, who's 0 for 4. High strike, but called a strike nonetheless by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Just misses with the sinking fastball. I don't know where that was. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a line drive. Caught by Benedict Wong in left to retire the side, but not before they score another 2 runs. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last licks for the Hollywood Avengers. They need 6 runs to tie. Can they do it? I don't know. Not really sure. All right. So leading off is Clark Gregg. Clark is not going to hit. We're going to substitute Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and we are going to bring in Anthony Mackie, the new Captain America. Are you want to pitch hit Anthony Mackie for Clark Gregg? Yes, we do. Anthony Mackie was getting a day off from shortstop. He comes in to pinch hit here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's a switch hitter batting from the left side. He's hitting .315, 7 homers, 37 runs batted in on the season. Pitch from Edwin Diaz is outside for ball 1. Needs to show a little patience. 6 runs down, they need base runners. Just found the outside corner. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Mackie. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Anthony Mackie was just in that Disney Plus TV show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I would advise watching it. It was really good. Pitches outside. Hitters count. 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Misses with the slider, and he walks the leadoff man. You have a 6-run lead in the bottom of the 9th, and you walk the leadoff man. That will give the manager agita. That is definitely not a good way to start off the bottom of the 9th. So next up is Tom Holland. 2 for 4, a single, a double, 2-run score. He's hitting .363 on the season. He's normally the second baseman. Slider is low, ball 1. Runner leads off first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's a deep drive, but, oh, it's back to the track. Looking up. It's caught on the warning track for out number 1. Ricky Henderson puts his back to the wall and makes the catch. Here's the first out here in the bottom of the 9th.
The designated hitter, Chris Evans.
Next up is the first Avenger. This plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Universe. It's Chris Evans. He's 2 for 4. Pitches outside, ball 1. Chris Evans usually is the catcher. He's the designated hitter today. Checks the swing, pitches inside, ball 2. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Mackey leads off first. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Count is 2-1. Chase the pitch. And he pulls the fastball foul. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at first. 10-4 lead for Arizona here in the bottom of the 9th. Outside, count goes full, 3-2. The late, great Chadwick Boseman is on deck. Chadwick played Black Panther in the Marvel Universe. And he yanks it hard but foul, and the count will remain full. Hard ground ball, 4, 6, 3, double play, side retired, ball game over. Arizona wins 10-4. So that was the first game of a 3-game series against the Arizona Diamondbacks at the home designated park for the Avengers. They lose the first game. That will be a record of 36-19 for the Avengers here in the first 2 months of the season. The winning pitcher, if I'm not mistaken, is, I think, Sam Tuilavila. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Let's go to the scorecard and we'll get a better look at it. So Hollywood Avengers lose 10-4. Arizona 10 runs, 17 hits, no errors. Hollywood Avengers 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. Sam Tuivailala, however you want to pronounce that, gets the win. The starter Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, gets the loss. It's his 6th loss of the season. Player of the game is Jeff Bagwell, 3 for 5 with a homer. And that was a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Again, I didn't like this particular video. I don't blame you if you don't like this, but it helps the stream. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the channel. If baseball is not necessarily your thing, there are lots of other playlists on this channel. I would encourage you to check out the YouTube playlists. Lots of different types of video games. Svenjamin Hood, thank you for joining me. Giovanni, thank you for joining me. And anyone else who might have been lurking in the background, I appreciate your time and energy. Thank you so much. So the final here in Crosley Field, it is the win for Arizona. They win 10-4. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much, and have yourself a great evening.